It's easy to assume that when you're in a car, your life is in the hands of the driver. That's true to some extent. As a passenger, you've got a big part to play too. By distracting the driver, you could cause an accident, and by working with them, you could help avoid one.
More teenage girls are killed as passengers than as drivers, usually because their boyfriends have been trying to impress them when it's all gone horribly wrong. The problem is, new drivers have a tendency to show off when they're driving with their mates, even if those mates aren't encouraging the driver in any way. If you're in the car with someone who is showing off, then you really need to calm them down.
That's easier if there are just two of you, but if there are more of you in the car, you may feel uncomfortable about being the only voice of reason. And let's face it, no one likes to be teased by their friends for being the odd one out.
Don't hold back though, your life could be at stake. If you don't want to say that you feel unsafe, just claim that you're about to be car sick. That should make the driver think. They won't want the interior of their car to be ruined.
As a passenger, it's easy to distract the driver. After all, you don't have to focus on navigating a ton of metal through a constantly changing array of hazards. So choose your moments carefully when it comes to chatting. If the driver needs to focus on a tricky situation, let them get on with it and leave the conversation for later.
You can also help as a passenger by removing some tasks from the driver to make their life easier. You could be in charge of the music or navigating. Programming the sat-nav whilst on the move is definitely to be avoided.
Also, remember to always wear a seatbelt. If you're over the age of 14, it's your responsibility, not the driver's. In the event of an accident, you're far more likely to be injured or even killed if you don't have a belt on. We'll be exploring this in more detail later on in the course.
As a driver, the pressure is on you to make sure your passengers feel comfortable. But what if they don't return the favour? Some passengers can be a nightmare, so don't be afraid to say that you need to focus on your driving, or you could have a crash. If you don't think that'll go down too well, just say that you've got a black box fitted to your car which logs how you drive for your insurer. Drive badly and you get penalised, which is why you have to drive like a saint.
It'll help if your passengers are also drivers. They'll understand how complex driving can be. What you have to be wary of is having other people in the car if you're not used to them being there.
So, if you're used to driving alone and then suddenly you're chauffeuring a bunch of mates around, just make sure before they climb in the car they're not going to distract you to the point of being dangerous.